Welcome back to New Jersey Power and Politics. I'm Jim McQueeny. Harry Pozycki is my guest. He's with Citizens Campaign. They've just launched a campaign to foster better coverage of local politics. Welcome to the show, Harry. And what are you trying to do with this? Put us out of business here, covering politics better than Power and Politics?
I think actually the reporting of local news will bring more people to watch your show.
Yeah, let's talk about this, what technology has allowed as well. Things are changing so much.
Yeah, well, what you see is that local news reporting of the print variety is fading, and in its place, electronic news, they're called hyperlocal news sites, is coming into place. All you need is a website and a good reporter, and you can cover local politics and government in a way that's far less costly. So it is the business of the future.
Is it really just individuals taking this on as a hobby, or does it have a sense of professional patina to it all?
Well, no, there's both types. It's there's an ecosystem, if you will, in which you can have entrepreneurs, startups, individuals doing it on their own, and you have big companies like AOL has come in, has over 30 local electronic news sites in New Jersey already. So it's a mix of both, but it is the business of the future. And this isn't blogging. This is professional editors, press-accredited reporters, real reporting at the local level. It's just delivered in an electronic format as opposed to in the print.
And you know, it really is a remarkable thing, media in New Jersey, how it's changed. It's always been difficult in New Jersey. It's almost been a media Appalachia over the years, where we really are fed by New York and Philly, but not covered. We feed them with advertising, right? But then cable came in and filled a bit, and others came in here. But now you're looking at almost citizens getting involved in levels. Even the Ledger, my alma mater there, it was once 500,000 papers a day. Now it's down to half that. On Sundays it was 700,000. Now it's half again to that. It seems to be disappearing, not losing influence, but disappearing in readership. And then many of the Ledger reporters have left and formed these types of sites that you're talking about. But as good as they might be qualitatively, nobody seems to know about them, and they don't have the influence of the paper product they left. Is what you're proposing a situation where it's create dialogue or create influence?
Well, it's something of a press association, but for the hyperlocal electronic news sites. And it's an arena where they can come together and discuss how they're building their own businesses. As you said, a lot of your former Star Ledger colleagues are involved. And they come together and they exchange ideas, they collaborate, and we're helping them in a special way. We're teaching them how to more efficiently and more in-depth report on politics and government. Because most of the money is spent on the local level, most of the environmental regulations are applied at the local level, and New Jersey is a perfect proving ground for this.
Well, we used to call these, as print reporters, we used to call these people in politics gadflies. Are these like journalistic gadflies, or are they bigger and better than that?
No, these are high-quality journalists. These are people, several of them that I spoke to at our inaugural meeting just the other day, had 30 years experience with the Ledger, with the New York Times. Dick Benfield is one of the people helping us with this, a former editor of the Bergen Record. These are high-quality individuals that have a lot of the institutional knowledge of politics and government.
Well, what do they do it for? Do you do it for money? Because most of these things, while there are a lot of them, you can't make money on them.
No, actually, they're starting to make money on them. A couple of them are making over 200 grand a year in gross revenues.
On advertising revenue, or does it come with foundation money?
No, advertising revenue. What's happened is that as the local print newspapers are fading and pulling out, the local barbershop, pizza parlor, and bank still needs a place to advertise. They can't afford to advertise in the bigger newspapers, so they're advertising on these electronic sites.
And there's one thing about philosophy of news and the changing technology, but once we mentioned 200, or you did, $200,000, now everybody that's watching is going to say, how do I get into that? How do they get into this?
Well, it's really a startup. They build an electronic platform, a website, if you will, and then they start gathering news and they start gathering advertising, very much in the same way that a traditional newspaper would. The only thing that they don't have is the big print machines, the big offices, and the trucks to deliver the print papers.
Your organization, are you of any help to these? You talked about before, you're giving advice to people on how to start them up. Is there a way that people come and get advice to do it from you now?
now?
Well, what we've formed, the Citizens Campaign just had an inaugural meeting of the New Jersey Hyperlocal News Association. So all of the owners, publishers, editors, and reporters from over 5-6 of the hyperlocal sites in New Jersey gathered together at Rutgers this past week and are starting to form their own news site. Their own news association. And what we're doing is we're providing them with the insider way to cover politics and government so they can get more in-depth, robust, and sophisticated reporting of politics and government at the local level.
Okay, all right. So now you're going to be known as the new hyperlocal Hearst.
I hope not.
Okay, very good. Harry Pozycki, thanks for joining us here on this thing. All right, stay with us as we continue here on New Jersey Power and Politics, only on News 12 New Jersey. We'll be right back.